All right, Chastity, thanks. It's now 5:02 in the news this morning. A Mobile police officer and his supervisor are the subjects of an internal investigation. Mobile Police Chief James Barber says his department is moving forward with charges against Captain Carlo Longmire and his subordinate, Officer Bradley Lathan. Both are from Mobile's 3rd Precinct, and both are accused of engaging in a sexual relationship on taxpayer time. It is unclear exactly how often this was allegedly happening and what their responsibilities were during those times. Officer Lathan, though, is facing some extra charges after police say he also tampered with his cruiser's GPS.
We have vehicle locators on our vehicles, and part of the orders are you are not to tamper with any of the equipment on the vehicle, which would, in essence, hide the location of the vehicle. And so the officer has been charged with that.
A formal hearing in this case is set for Monday morning. If they are found guilty, we're told it will ultimately be up to Mobile Mayor Sandy Stimpson to decide what punishment they'll face or if they'll face termination. We will continue to follow the investigation and keep you posted on what happens. Testimony continues today in the trial of a man accused of sexually abusing a child back in the 90s in Baldwin County. Giuseppe Laporto's original trial was supposed to be held in 1998, but authorities say he took off. He was captured last year in Italy and brought back to face trial. A phone recording between the alleged victim and the suspect discussing their relationship was a key piece of evidence used in the courtroom yesterday. The prosecution is expected to call more witnesses to the stand before wrapping up their side sometime today. Defense attorney Pascal Bruin also said Laporto could take the stand to defend himself.
We haven't decided that yet. Obviously, we don't have to, but he may take the stand on Friday.
Laporto was featured on America's Most Wanted in 2002. He was eventually arrested last year while on his way to vote. We now know the identities of the victims of a deadly shooting in Mobile. Police say China Barber and her boyfriend, Augustus Bennett, were killed by Barber's estranged husband, Robert Sprinkle. Investigators say Sprinkle then committed suicide. The shooting happened early Tuesday morning at the Campus Quarters apartment complex near the University of South Alabama. Corinne Shirley, a longtime friend, says Barber had experienced a lot of hardship in her life, but she was moving forward.
Her family has already been through so much, and especially for somebody who had overcome all of it already, and it was like she was looking on the brighter side of it, like she was coming out at the end.
Barber was a student at the University of South Alabama. Family and friends of Augustus Bennett gathered last night for a candlelight vigil. They shared stories about the good times they had with Bennett, also known by many as Gus. Friends say Bennett worked at a family-owned store in Coden. They say he had a great sense of humor and always had a smile on his face.
Just very humble. He was a great kid. He had a wonderful life in front of him. So this is a big loss.
Gus is a great guy. I mean, he's going to be sadly missed.
A poem was also read during the vigil. It mentioned Bennett, Barber, and Sprinkle. Residents in Creola continue to speak out following this week's annexation vote. The majority of voters decided it was in the best interest of this town to not merge with the city of Saraland. We caught up with folks who were both for and against the annexation. Opponents told us Creola is fine the way it is and the town can grow on its own, acquiring more business and jobs. But supporters argued annexation would have brought more jobs to Creola and increased property values.
I was against it and the majority of us was against it because we're a small town. We want to stay this way and grow on our own. We don't need to be things forced up on us.
For the property value, it needs to go up. I would like to see some businesses come in so there could be something besides Platt's and the dollar store.
We reached out to Creola Mayor Don Nelson yesterday to get his reaction to the vote. So far, we have not heard back, but we hope to speak to him at tonight's City Council meeting. In less than a week, voters in Alabama's 1st congressional district will choose their next representative. Republican Bradley Byrne is facing off with Democrat Burton LaFleur. The polls will open on Tuesday. The winner will replace former Representative Joe Bonner, who stepped down in August. If you would like to hear from the candidates before next week's special election, we have their interviews posted for you on our website. Just go to fox10tv.com. We are just getting started here on Fox 10 News. Coming up, the Mobile Police Department showing off its new fleet of police cruisers. We'll let you check out the new vehicles at 5:15. Then in our next half hour, Fairhope police arrest a man they say burglarized his neighbor's home. We'll explain how police say he committed this crime at 5:34. And in today's 10 Caring Gifts at 5:47, we'll show you how some 3-, 4-, and 5-year-olds are making a big difference this holiday season helping others. These stories plus more news and weather are all straight ahead right here on Fox 10 News. It's now 5:07.